It really is beautiful out here. And I actually think it may be a little bit more pink over here too. How do you feel, Mom?
Oh, I'm tickled. I'm tickled to get back to the ship.
Dad is not handling the cold very well at all. We've got runners. They're slowing down. And now they're picking up the pace. It's definitely not looking like a solid beach day today. I don't know if the excursion's even going to happen, or if this weather is moving in or moving out or staying on top of us, but I see no sun and no blue sky. Nothing that looks beachy in sight. And there's another cruise ship coming in way over there. And then there's some kind of commercial boat just sort of stopped in the middle of the sea. Looks like he's turning around. Still blustery, but chilly as well. Definitely not a beach day. Good morning from not so sunny Bermuda. I still have my sunglasses on though because I'm hiding the dark circles under my eyes because I'm tired. It's that point in the trip when you start to wear down a little bit. This is our last day in Bermuda. We're leaving at 3 o'clock today, and today we have a beach adventure planned at Horseshoe Bay Beach. We're just hoping it happens because it looks a little bit less than beach weather, and they were calling for thunderstorms earlier, so we'll see if it actually happens. But if they're gonna go, I'm gonna be with them. So keep following along. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, please go ahead and like and subscribe so that you don't miss any part of the adventure, because we still have fun things happening later in the week. We have another fun sea day, a day at Nassau, a day at Castaway Cay, and then that fun reception I told you all about yesterday. If you missed that video, go back and watch it. That was day 1 of Bermuda. So let's get today started. And here's the port pilot leading another ship in. That's super interesting. And it looks like the Pearl is pulling out. So I don't know if the Norwegian Prima is just kind of waiting out in the water for the Pearl to exit, and then it's going to pull into that spot, or what. But lots happening this morning. The weather definitely is still not improving. And out goes the Pearl, and in comes the Prima. This is quite interesting to watch. We've got the port pilot out there and another little boat down here also participating in the operations. That's a huge ship. Looks like there's a slide coming off the side of the ship. I think that's the one with a go-kart on top too. We are in Cabanas having breakfast, and I just got a few things, and Dad got a few things, and Mom got a few things, and we have a lovely view, a much better view than what we have from our balcony. There's the fort over there in the museum. On our way to Horseshoe Bay Beach in the rain. I'm not really sure which is more dumb. The fact that they did not cancel this excursion, or the fact that we took it anyway. Regardless, this is not my brightest moment. They did give us ponchos on the way off the ship, though. You can absolutely see the coral in the sand, which is what gives it its pink hue. Woo! It's very pretty. So here is our full beach day at Horseshoe Bay Beach. It really is beautiful out here. There's a little cave over there, and there's rocks to make it beautiful, and the surf is pretty active. And you can see it's still really, really cloudy, and it looks like it may be stormy in a bit. So this is just to let you know that regardless of how bad the weather is, excursions will still go, which I find interesting because our excursion in Nassau last year was it was canceled when it was barely even sprinkling. I'm not sure it actually did rain that day, and it was canceled. But this one, it's like full on practically storming, and it's a beach day and they did not cancel. So I don't know, I guess it just depends. But I want to show you the pink sand. I know I did a few minutes ago, but you can really see the coral in the sand, which is what gives it that pink hue. And it really is pretty. It's not bright pink, but it's blush pink. And it's lovely. If it were sunny today, this would be just definitely glorious. Possibly my top beach I've been to, but with the weather as terrible as it is, it's hard to call it in the top beaches, because while the beach itself is gorgeous, the experience is pretty crummy. But over here is another little beach area that's much smaller than the main beach, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. There's all kinds of rocks coming out of the sea. It's much gentler, so if you have littles and you don't want to get them in the rough surf, then this is a much more gentle area for your littles to swim in. And there are all kinds of warning signs about not climbing on the cliffs, yet we have people climbing on the cliffs. But there's no lifeguards or nobody out here policing it. Also washed up on the beach is some dead fish. I will spare you that view. But so here's this section. You can tell that the rocks are kind of blocking the breaks, so this area is much more gentle. And I actually think it may be a little bit more pink over here too. What do you think? Tell me in the comments if you think that this looks more pink over here than it did on the main beach. I'd also love to know if you've been here before, or if you've been to another pink sand beach in Bermuda. And if you have, which one do you recommend? This is the most popular one, but our tour guide yesterday said that this was not her favorite. So if you have a favorite, please let me know in the comments so that others can take advantage of your experience. I'm going to head back over to our tent now. Well, if I'm going to have a beach day in the rain, I'm definitely going to have a beach day in the rain with a cocktail. I got a rum swizzle, which this is, I think, the third different one I've had since I've been in Bermuda, and it's amazing that they all taste a little bit different. But let's give it a taste. Yep, this one's different still, but it's good, and it lifts my mood. Y'all, I am so dumb. Like, this is my day to be dumb. Because not only am I on the beach in the rain, but I just ordered what I thought was a local beer. He told me it was a local beer. And check this out. It's Carlsberg from Denmark. We are not in Denmark. We are in Bermuda. This does not say Bermuda anywhere on the can. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is sold in the US too. Oh well. Okay, when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. And this actually ended up not being the worst day ever. Yes, it's raining. Yes, it's chilly. But how bad can it be when you're on a beach in Bermuda?
There you go, girlfriend.
I mean, really. I say just make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And I can promise you this. I would rather be here right now than back on the ship. Because this is gorgeous. I mean, how can you not absolutely love this paradise? It's 70 degrees. It's raining. I've been in the water the biggest part of the day. And maybe that's the definition of insanity, but if that's insanity, then I don't want to be sane. Because I'm actually really loving this. Yes, it would be so much better if it were sunny and warm. But honestly, it's Bermuda. It's one of the best beaches in the world. How can it be bad? It can't. We have about another hour here, and then it will be time to head back to the ship. I'm gonna dry off now because they said that we're not allowed on the bus if we're wet, and it will probably take me the whole hour to fully get dried off. So I am just going to air dry. It's 70 degrees outside, and I will air dry as much as I can in the chilly rain. So it started massively storming, and we punted. We got on the $7 per person bus back to the ship. Even though we've already paid for transportation back to the ship, we decided that this was well worth it because the day just can't be salvaged. We did our best. We made our best to make lemonade out of lemons, but how do you feel, Mom?
Oh, I'm tickled. I'm tickled to get back to the ship. I'm telling you, a hot shower is never going to feel so good as it is this when we get back there.
I mean, we did our best. And
I mean, you know, you pays your money, you takes your chances, you cannot control the weather. It's just the way it is. You gotta go, you gotta roll with the punches and adjust your expectations and adjust your plans.
And we're adjusting. We're adjusting big time. We're going back to the ship. Dad is not handling the cold very well at all. He has completely covered his head with a towel.
I mean, it is cold, but that's a little much.
It's a bit dramatic. Bless his heart.
I know.
So we are in Cabanas finally after a rainy day out on the island, and we are starving. We have food. I have some pasta over here and some corn dog nuggets, some mussels and shrimp. And then on this plate I have a corned beef sandwich and some vegetable biryani and some grilled chicken and some bread. And Mom and Dad have similar things, and we are going to enjoy. We're watching all the stragglers running to get back on the ship. And they're stressing Mom out. Because they have about 10 minutes left. We have some more runners. Some people are just barely meandering along, and then others are running. We have some runners.
You see the runners?
We've got runners. They're slowing down. And now they're picking up the pace. And now they're trying to get their family member to pick up the pace.
Yeah, they got plenty of time.
Well, they should be back up and dusting now, so they shouldn't take them that long down there. Got to get there prepared.
They're out of steam. Well, we have just sailed away from Bermuda, and wouldn't you know it, but the sun is now coming out. We just had a feeling that would happen, that as soon as we sailed away, the sun would come out, and that's pretty much what has happened. It's still quite chilly, though. We're now looking to see if we can see whales, because they said they're on the south side of the island, and I think we're circling around to the south side. So we're just going to keep our eyes peeled to see if we can see anything. Dinner tonight is an Enchanted Garden, and Mom and I both have the jambalaya shrimp. And Dad has a garden platter, I think is what it's called, and it's basically just a charcuterie plate. And our next course has arrived. Dad and I both got the chicken noodle soup from the kids menu. How is it, Dad? Okay, he says it's better than it looks. And Mom got the coronation of mixed greens. Is that good?
Yeah, and I'm scared to eat it.
I understand.
So I may just eat, like the apples and
Eat around it?
and leave the greens.
Yeah. Mom had a bad experience earlier this week with a salad. We'll just leave it at that. And Dad and I also got the coronation of mixed greens. Okay, our main dishes have arrived. I got steak and potatoes. Mom got tom turkey breast. It's basically Thanksgiving dinner. Then Dad also got the turkey. She's getting some cranberry sauce here as well.
Yes, one more.
She says one more.
I like cranberry sauce. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Desserts have arrived. Dad got the berry sundae and also the strawberry tower, which I think is the prettiest dessert. And Mom got the no sugar added tiramisu. How is it?
That's pretty good.
Good. Okay, so tonight's towel animal is, I believe, a lobster. What do you think, Dad? Does that look like a lobster to you?
Yeah, I go along with it.
You go along with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I couldn't say.
Yeah, I'd say lobster. So it has now cleared off just a bit, but it is still quite chilly out. But at least we're seeing blue sky again, which is something that we have not seen all day long. Dinner was delicious tonight again. We were just still so full from lunch since we had a late lunch that we didn't get to eat as much as we wanted, but it was still good. We're not really sure what we're doing tonight. We're going to try to go see the show, which is a Broadway singer, but we're just not really sure. So we'll check back in with whatever we decide to do. We are now in the Walt Disney Theater to watch Michelle Knight from Disney to Broadway, and she is going to sing for us. There is no recording during the show, so I'll catch you on the other side. So we have just gotten in from listening to Michelle Knight sing a show called From Disney to Broadway, and it was just a show where she was narrating her life and singing her songs that she's been a part of and that have been important to her throughout her musical career. and we thought it was fabulous. I asked Mom to join me over here for this outro, but she says she looks awful, and I said she can't look worse than I do because I look pretty darn bad. But just wanted to do a quick thing just to wrap it up. It was a fabulous show. Tomorrow is another day at sea, and we really don't know what we're going to get ourselves into, but we're hoping it will be a lot of fun. And for now, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching.